Hello, it's time for 3.7, which is on isometric drawings. Alright, I'm kind of middle ground on these ones. Done them before, but not necessarily that great at them. So, see how I do today. This whole chapter is so scary for me. So, we're doing this is a type of pictorial drawing. I guess that's how you say that, pictorial and not pictorial drawing. Pictorial drawing, which shows several faces of an object in a single view. So it's kind of like a 3D view, right? So what we did last day, remember we did the orthographic drawings where we had all the separate views and the front might look like this and the back might look like that or something like that. Those are not pictorial drawings because there's not a single view. But we have done an example of a pictorial drawing before. Remember when we did the perspective drawings, the 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective? Those are pictorial drawings because it was a single drawing we ended up with. Isometric drawings that we're doing today, those are also an example of pictorial drawings. And next day we'll do oblique drawings, and those are also an example of pictorial drawings. So, isometric drawings, got a bunch of things to say about that. They are a 3D view of an object. The vertical edges are drawn vertically, so on your object, the actual object you're drawing, anything that's up and down will still look up and down in your drawing that you're going to make. However, horizontal edges are drawn at a 30-degree angle, so it'll kind of go back like this. That'll be 30 degrees, and back like this, 30 degrees. So the way this is going to look is you're always going to have the front face will be here, and then the right hand side will be here, and then your top would be up here. Okay, something like that. So just give you a sense of what these look like. Maybe that's more confusing, but you'll see what I mean in a second. All right, all lines are drawn to scale. So in other words, if you have lengths on an object that are equal, then when you draw it, those lengths should also be equal. Now that might seem, well, obviously, but you're going to see next time when we do oblique drawings, that's not always the case. Okay, parallel lines on the object are parallel lines on the drawing. So again, that might seem like a really good thing. I mean, if things are parallel on the object, why wouldn't you make them parallel on the drawing? But remember, in real life, parallel lines, think of the railroad tracks we talked about before, what does it look like if you look way down those parallel railroad tracks? It actually looks like those railroad tracks get closer and closer and closer together. They don't actually, but that's what it looks like. So for this reason, isometric drawings are not totally realistic looking because the parallel lines do not converge in the distance, and that's what happens in real life. Okay, so let's try a couple of these. Draw a cube with sides that are each 4 units long. So, I don't know, I guess I could first of all just give you the standard sketch you'd probably do for that. Right? How do you draw a cube? Something like this. Well, it actually turns out that's pretty close to an isometric drawing. What this is saying is that each one of these has to be 4. 4, 4, and 4. Right? Length, width, and height are all 4. We want to put that on an isometric drawing. So this is isometric dot paper. In fact, I think I have that. Yeah, it's easiest to draw these using isometric dot paper. This is isometric dot paper here. Everything's at 30 degrees. 30 degrees this way, 30 degrees, 30 degrees. So it's easy to get those 30-degree angles that it talks about here. Okay, so where you want to start is this front edge right here. So in this case, it would be this edge right there. How far is that? Well, it's 4. It's a cube, so they're all 4. So I'm going to draw somewhere, pretty much in the middle, a line that's 4 units long. I'm going to do this red so it's easy to see. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. Now, when it comes to the right, remember we're going to do this at a 30-degree angle. I'm not going to go this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go back at a 30-degree angle, so that's this way. Now, how far should I go? I should go back 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And same, so what I just drew, if you're confused, I just did, this was the first one I did, This was the second one I did. That's what I've drawn so far. Now I'm going to draw this one. Again, in my drawing here, it looks like it goes straight out to the side, right? Nope, I go back at 30 degrees again. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what could I do next? Well, why don't I do this and this next? Both of those are going up. How much? 4. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, all these three lines here are parallel in the drawing, in the real object, I should say. In my real object, they're all parallel. They're all parallel here as well. Okay, next, let's do this one. You see which ones it connects? It connects this one and this one. So there's going to be a straight line from there to there. So from here to here. And there's also going to be a straight line for this one right here. That goes from here to here. So from there to there. It's looking pretty cube-like, isn't it? So we just have 2 to go. We have to go this line here. Guess what kind of angle we're going at? 30 degrees again. Back here, 30 degrees. Thank goodness it's just going to fit. So back here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to finish it all off, I'll join this to here. And we've done it. This is a cube that's drawn on isometric dot paper. It's an isometric drawing. And then I don't have to, but I could label this that it's 4 units this way, 4 units this way, and 4 units that way. It's a 4 by 4 by 4 cube. Perfectly drawn. Okay, let's try something a little bit harder. Let's try drawing the staircase here. We did this staircase last time when we did the orthographic. We drew our 4 or 6 views or however many we did for this one, probably 4. Now we're going to try it again. We're going to do it with isometric dot paper. I'm really worried this won't fit. The first thing I need to do is need to put some values on here to tell us how high this is. Let's say that this is, each one of these is 1, 1, 1, and each one of these is 1, 1, 1, so it's a lot of ones there, which would mean this big side here would be 1, 2, 3 high, and this way here would also be 3. Now it's a little distorted or kind of messed up because obviously this 3 and this 3 don't look the same. But can we just say that's what it is, just for simplicity's sake? Now we need to make a decision. What's that front edge we're going to use? Remember, we need to know this highlighted yellow edge here. Or in that first, this question we did here with the cube, this was our front edge right there. We need to decide what our front edge is here. I think the most obvious ones would either be this one or this one. This is probably the most obvious of all, so I think I'll go with that one. So it's only going to go up 1. And I need to start pretty far over to the right here. So I think I'll make my initial line right here, and it's only going 1. Okay, next, let's go the 3 here. But remember, we're not going to the left. Even though it looks straight to the left, I don't go out to the left. I go back at that 30-degree angle. So I have to go back 1, 2, 3. Now why don't I go up? So I'm going to go up 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. I can keep following this along. How far is this one here? That one is just 1 and then down 1. So I'm going to go over 1 and then down 1. Then I do it again. Over 1 and down 1 again. And that takes me to here, and then I go over 1 again and then back to my starting point. So there's my front face. Very well done. Alright, now let's do this. Look, I haven't given you that information. I need to tell you that. Bad job. Let's say that this is 2. Okay, let's say that going back here, the distance is 2. This would all be given to you. You wouldn't be making it up like I'm doing right now. So from this corner here, which is that right there, I'm going to go back 2, again at that 30-degree angle. So 1, 2. Then I could come 1 in this direction, which would be here. Then I would go 1 down. Remember, all the vertical lines on my drawing will be perfectly vertical here as well. So this is not a vertical one, this is a horizontal line, so that's going to be at 30 degrees. So that'll be this one. Then we have a vertical line, so that'll go perfectly vertical. Then I have a horizontal line, so that's going to go at 30 degrees. And then I have a vertical line, which has, again, a distance of 1, so just to there. So now I can join them up a lot, right? This one here is 2 units, so 1, 2. And in fact, you see you're just going to join them all. This one's 2 units. 1, 2. This one right here is 2 units. 1, 2. Another one here for the next step. Another one here. Another one here. I think we've done it. We've got our 3 steps just like it is here, but we've drawn it in an isometric drawing. Gives you a very good sense of what it looks like. The only thing again is because the parallel lines don't converge, it is a little bit distorted, but still a pretty effective and useful drawing for sure. Okay, last one, we're going to try the impossible. Here's an orthographic drawing. We're going to try to transfer this orthographic drawing into an isometric drawing. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard. There's just one thing I want to change. I think it's going to make it a little bit easier if I actually make this the front of the thing and this the right side. I'll just put side. What the heck, I'll put right side. Okay, I think that will make it a little bit easier. Maybe not. Maybe you're able to picture it the other way, but for me, even the way it's situated here, I think it's going to make it easier to do this front, right side, top. All right, what would be that critical starting edge? Remember that green edge right there? What would be that edge in this one? Well, it's going to be this edge right there. And we can tell, because it's on grid paper here, we can tell how long each of these are. Don't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go, can you see? You probably can't even see it. It's not very dark. There's one big horizontal line here, another one there, another one there, another one there. So it's kind of 1, 2, 3. This distance here is 3. This distance here is just 1. From here down here is 2. Across is 2. 1, 2, 3 down here. Up here is 1. All the way up is 2, and across here is 1. Okay? So we're going to start here. We only have to go up 1. So I will put that right here. Okay, now that was a vertical line, so it should be vertical here. This 3 is a horizontal line. Don't draw it horizontally. Remember, horizontal lines go at a 30-degree angle. So it should go back 1, 2, 3. This is a vertical line, so that 2 should be vertical. 2, 1, 2. Then I'm going to go horizontally, but horizontally you actually put a 30-degree angle, so that'd be along here. 2, 1, 2. And then this bit here, well, this bit, which is on the angle, joins where we just ended and where we started. So it's going to join from here to there. So there you go. That is the front side. Okay, let's look at the top next. So that is up here. So remember, that top is lining up with this one here. So this point right here must touch this point right here. In other words, we could start here and we could move over how far? 1. So this is where it gets really confusing because that's vertical, right? So you'd think maybe you're going to continue drawing it vertically. But no, because it's orthographic, it's not drawn three-dimensionally here. So those rules about vertical lines being vertical kind of go out the window now. So you kind of have to be able to picture this, that in order for this all to make one three-dimensional shape, the next line, this 1 right here, is actually going to go like this. Okay? Now, it comes down 3, but I don't think I'm going to draw all 3. In fact, I'm going to relabel this. It goes from here to here, it goes 2, and then there's an extra 1 there. So the first 2 is no problem. We know what has to happen. It has to come 2. So let's draw that first. 1, 2. But what happens with this extra 1? Look, there's a line here. So it's not exactly totally flat. It's not going to come straight out here. Well, if you look at what happened there, you see how it made that a diagonal move there? It probably does exactly the same thing here. It probably makes a diagonal right here as well. Right? And then that's the end of it. So then I could probably do this. But again, I'm not totally positive that's what it is, but I'm feeling pretty good about that. So let's look at what we got so far. We got the front, which should look like this, and yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. We've got the top. If you look straight down on this thing right now, would it look like this? It would, right? You'd have that line in the middle right there because it's different distances away from you. This would be close to you if you were looking from the top. This would be further away. Okay, now let's look on the right-hand side. Right-hand side looks like this. So basically what you're seeing is kind of like a square, like at the bottom here, and then another square. Now I know this is weird because it's actually more than a square, but if you were looking at this perfectly from the right hand side, you wouldn't see the whole thing. It'd be a little distorted, and it probably would look like a square. So I think to finish this off, all you would have to do is make the little square at the bottom, and that is the shape, I believe. Now, I suppose you could also draw the line here, because it's not like it's a smooth curve. It's like a pretty hard curve, I think. It's like this piece and then that piece. So it really would make that hard piece. It's like a piece has been cut out here. So I think that's actually a better job, is to put that line right there. And yeah, that matches up with this. That's pretty hard to go from orthographic to isometric. Going isometric to orthographic, I always find a little bit easier. But hey, it's a good skill to be able to go from this to that. That's pretty important, actually. All right, hope that's good. I'm enjoying this. Am I good at it? No. Is it good to challenge yourself and learn new things? Absolutely. So excuse any of my mistakes, but enjoy my enthusiasm, everyone, because I'm enjoying this. All right, next time, oblique drawings. Never done them. Could be another nightmare. Take care, and goodbye.